It's the duo that you love the most, covering events from coast to coast. That podcast is all about the fun with your hosts, LPiddy and Jon Jon. Chirping about gossip like chickadees. Turn up the cast and enjoy the tea. The podcast with the beauty and the brawn. One's a gay turkey and the other is a black swan. It's that podcast. It's that podcast. It's that podcast. Live from the Jon Jon and Company studio in Denver, Colorado, it's That Podcast. And now, here are your hosts, LPiddy and Jon Jon.
Hey, what?
Hey, what? We're back. It's late, but we're here for a podcast for you guys because we're excited to talk to you.
That's right. This is our nightly nocturnal podcast.
That podcast after dark, and we say that because it is currently 10 p.m. my time and 11 p.m. Jon Jon's time.
That's a true statement. It is very late, and we're old ladies, you know. So at some point you get tired, but we got to tell you the real tea. LPiddy and I have actually been on the phone, for the lack of better words, for a little over 3 hours.
Yes.
Just talking. And then my computer needed an update, so we had to do it. Was just a whole thing tonight. But
just everything happened. And that's on top of, we were supposed to record last week, but my internet went down. So I didn't have reliable internet. It was in and out all day. It dropped like 6 different times, even after I talked to you.
That's right. What we're saying is we are a shit show, and we apologize.
Yes.
But welcome to the show.
Yes.
Now, you guys, we are. I'm Jon Jon.
I'm LPiddy.
And we're, of course, hashtag
ThatPodcast.
Now, listen, you guys can all stay engaged with hashtag ThatPodcast all over social media. Girl,
Awesome.
we even got a website.
We do. It is www. That's World Wide Web.
That's right.
#thatpodcast.com. And hashtag is spelled out. Oh my gosh.
All one word.
You guys know how to do that? It's not just the pound sign or the hashtag. You can't just put in a hashtag.
DJ Khalid.
Yeah, DJ Khalid. Unfortunately, Assad's not listening to us because it's
No.
dark. It is past his bedtime. I don't know where they live. Oh, they're in like Miami, right?
Minneapolis, yeah.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled, Twin Cities.
Next day for them.
It's already the next day. Yeah. No, that always does fascinate me, like time zones and things like that.
Right?
No, it's just nuts to like that someone is waking up right now and having a morning. And we are like,
I was so one of the things we were talking about is a trip to a different country. If you see
yes.
our social medias, we're talking about going to Japan. So while I was waiting for you to update your computer, I actually reached out to my friend in Tokyo, and he was up. He like responded so fast. I'm surprised he didn't like say, "What are you doing up right now?" It's like
or more like Tokyo no she better don't.
Oh,
guys, stop! That wasn't that good.
That podcast after dark. Ooh.
Tokyo no she didn't.
No, she better don't.
It's like no she better don't. Always. Now, no, yeah, it's true. We are preliminarily planning a very fun trip to the good old country of Japan.
Yes, made a real country.
A real country. That's exactly right. Now, 2 weeks ago, we celebrated, of course, not only episode 79, but episode number 80. And girl, it was your birthday show.
How did you say that again? How do you pronounce that?
80.
Octish. Octish.
I'm not really that. I said I don't think I said it like that. 80. So ACHTZIG, I think.
Oh, that's too many. No.
Girl, I know it's a lot. The word is ugly. You're like, because in American or English, American English, it would look like Ashzig. So there's that. So it's not only a late evening show, but we're giving you language lessons, as we've been doing. Last week was Spanish, or the week before that was. And this week is, of course, a little Deutsch, a.k.a. German.
Yes. We are so internationally diverse.
We are. Well, feliz compañeros.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Damn it.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Feliz
cumpleaños.
That as well. I wish you
I
both
did say
of
it a
them.
little too gringo. I think that's what it's
How do you say
called, so.
cumpleaños?
Cumpleaños.
Well, happy that to you, girl.
Thank you.
Now, girl, you remember last week there was a pretty fun gift that happened on the podcast.
Yes. It was the greatest gift ever. Like, I was so shocked. I was not expecting it at all. And what was funny too, and I thought I shared it with the podcast. Maybe I didn't. But right before we recorded, I had a little downtime to like eat, and I'm like, I gotta watch a vlog, I gotta watch something. And I watched Rachel Ballinger's vlog before we recorded the podcast.
It's so wild. And then
Yeah.
it's connected. Dee 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 dee.
Uh,
That's not a theme song from anywhere. I just made it up. Dee dee dee. But yeah, Miss Girl, no, that was so fun.
It was awesome. It was one of the best birthdays ever. Like, it's my best birthday, even though we are still in lockdown.
Cool.
Pandemic.
Yeah, all the above. We're an A, B, C,
The
and
things.
D. The thing. No, it is crazy that we're still living through a pandemic. Like we'll think about this when we're old and have 3,000 podcasts. Girl, we are living through literally a pandemia. It's really insane to me.
Right, panini.
A panini.
Yes.
The order's up, but not of a
In
good
the
kind.
great words of Colleen Battle. Colleen
Podcast
Podcast After Dark. I've already put Cupcake to bed like an hour ago, actually.
Cupcake's asleep.
Yeah.
Cookie is asleep. Kush is running around like a crazy cat. I love it. Nocturnal animal.
That's how you know it's late, because cats are running around like, ooh, nighttime.
That's right. And I just rated someone 2 stars on Poshmark because I just got something that I am not happy with. The item is not as described.
Ooh, not 2 stars though.
Girl, I said 2 stars because the item is not as described. Orders up. And the reason he got 2 stars was not one is because the packaging was very nice. I thought that was, so I said that. I said the packaging was nice. However, the product is not as described.
The product is shit. So, you know what? I'll give you that. That is a good thing to point out too, because people put a lot of time into their packaging.
Right.
When you had your mystery boxes, you put a lot of time into that packaging. It was gorgeous. So.
Girl, it's true. No, thank you for saying that. No, I think packaging and delivery and stuff is really important. I also do the same for Posh. Like I put my my green tissue paper in there, my little card of thank you.
I love that.
You got to do it. You got to really. I think people know when you care, and it's just putting in the effort, I think.
Exactly. Just those little extra touches just make it like wham, bam, boom. Oh, you really care. I love that for us,
It's true. And you know what else we care about, Miss Girl? That's RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay.
Yes, it is. We don't have the music queued up, so just bear with us in our wedding singer voice. Ready? RuPaul Drag Race.
RuPaul. It's Drag Race, yeah.
All-Star 6 on Paramount
It's the worst theme
Plus.
song ever. They're like, let's go back to the revised one that we don't actually like.
May the best drag queen win.
Win, echo. Now, that is what we, what's funny. So we've actually waited now 2 weeks. So this is definitely a spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So if you don't know, you're gonna know. So
you're gonna know.
I don't know if the winner was spoiled for me this time, because I think I stayed off Twitter, and I also got up at 1 o'clock in the morning. We watched it.
Yeah, we were insane people. So the fact that we're recording 2 weeks late, we actually watched the finale the night it came out, like at midnight, 1 o'clock. It was just bonkers. And then we watched it again. We were talking about it. It was a great episode.
Yeah, it was just overall just.
Oh my God, we're gonna get into the episode. I'm so sorry. I skipped a very important segment.
Oh.
That's shout-outs. Shout-outs. Where nothing is in synchronicity.
Shouts.
It's so true. It's sometimes recording a podcast on, Skype, Zoom, etc. Sometimes just feels like a really bad conference call.
It does.
I'm sorry. No, you go ahead. No.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
You singing that song? Oh, was that you singing the song? Sorry, my bad. You sing it. Go ahead.
Different song. Oh, you go ahead. You got it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. And then people are just silent. It's like, no, you go ahead. It's like, God damn it. I said, you go ahead.
Okay.
But it is my favorite thing. But yes, it is our very favorite segment. Shout-outs. LPiddy, who is your shout-out? No, it's not. It's okay.
My shout-out is going out to Lance Cooper. I just actually shouted him out on my Instagram with one of his tweets. Like, he's just been, he has been very vocal about getting clean water to Flint, Michigan. And not only that, but he's such a positive, in my mind, a positive, like, good reminder. He reminds you of the good things in life, like why you're worth it and why you shouldn't let any toxic people come into your life and ruin your goodness. So
that's right. You don't got no time for none of that toxicology.
Yeah. So Lance Cooper, thank you for all that you do, your work in the community, and just being.
That is so sweet. No, he does tweet some really great things. You got me into him actually this evening, and I really liked what he was tweeting. Now I have another, of course, a shout out.
Shout out.
And that's right, and girl, that's Miss Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and that's because now that she's come out, and we can now declare Halloween an LGBTQIA plus holiday.
Oh, love
Do,
it.
do, do,
I'm
do,
here
do,
for it.
do, 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 do. Hoo-hoo. Celebrate good times. Come in. Now, Elvira actually, if you guys don't know, just came out with a memoir, and she came out as a queer woman, and she has been with her partner, it looks like somewhere upwards of almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Like, I love that. I
love that too.
Love. I love love. Like,
I love love.
I don't care who you love, or actually, let's just keep it. I don't care who you love. I was going to say what you love. Like, I don't want you to.
Well, but some people are into like, have you ever seen those shows where like people are like in love with a tree or in love with a roller coaster?
Yeah.
That, like, I don't understand it, but I bet you it's one hell of a ride.
And that was that podcast.
No, that's not true. I would bet you that there's a height restriction. Nope.
I'm just going back to what I was saying. I love love. So I don't care if you love the same sex, a different sex, whatever you identify as
or just sex. I mean, that's
sex.
what I love.
Yeah.
Just sex, period.
If you're happy and in love, I am here for it. Yeah. That's
and you know what, LPiddy? That's a good point. And that includes yourself. Like, you absolutely have to love yourself, folks. And like RuPaul says, girl, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love anybody else? Can I get an amen up in here?
Amen.
That's right.
So true. So true. I know some of you guys are sleeping on RuPaul's words. RuPaul got some good knowledge, some good juju juice for the brain.
Juju juice in the brain. That's right. Everybody knows juju juice in the brain. That was such a good feel good shout out.
Shout out. I apologize in advance for these tags. No. Juju juice for the brain.
Juju juice for the brain. No, I love that. Miss Girl, no, so much has been happening. One thing I do want to hit on, I think we're going to be going into Mercury Retrograde.
Yeah.
Which, Miss Girl, we all know can, sometimes not be a lot of fun, okay?
Oh, I was just looking at something different, and I was like, sorry. Anyways.
What were you looking at? Pornography?
No, not this time.
Not today.
Not today.
It is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Porn is a huge industry. We've been talking a lot about porn and like OnlyFans on it, but it really is just insane. This has become a porn podcast, totally a porn cast, if you will.
God, what just happened to our podcast?
Wow.
That porncast. We are not getting into porn. Do not worry. It's fine. We are
allegedly.
I'm too lazy, so don't worry about me.
Girl, that is like, I'm telling you, we talked about this before. Like, content like that freaks me out. I shouldn't say freaks me out. I'm like, can you imagine like when you wake? Like for me, I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, I'm not really in the mood to do an unboxing. But it's like, people wake up and like, I'm not really in the mood to come again. Or does that not happen? I would assume it does.
Right.
And is there burnout? Are you like, I don't want to touch my dick ever again? You know what I mean? Like,
it's a natural thing, so
totally.
You can get tired of natural things.
Absolutely. Like, I'm sick of water. I have been for years.
I love water, though.
I know you do. You have this very weird love for water. And I'm okay. I'm not here to judge what you love. I'm just here to judge that you have something you love.
Oh my God! I fall into that category of what you love something.
Water. You're like, water? A what?
It's like, water. Okay. You got a water cooler. Okay, to be fair, having a water cooler is kind of normal, I feel, like in Arizona, because you don't want to drink the tap water here.
Oh, no, that's true. H2O, no, you don't.
No, you don't. Even there was a newscast earlier today that said that some of the water here in a city close to me in Arizona had cloudy water, but they're like, it's okay to drink. I'm like, no.
They've tried that shit on me too. Like, they're like, yeah, it's going to be cloudy, and like, kind of.
Why is it cloudy?
Yeah,
Why is it
exactly.
cloudy?
And why you want me to drink it, weirdos?
Right.
It is weird when people tell you, "Oh no, it's okay." You're like, "This clearly does not look okay."
Right. Even if I boil it like 5 different times, it's not okay. I'm gonna drink my bottled water in my water
Sure.
cooler. Like the water cooler, the fact that it's normal to have a water cooler out here just
When you say
reinforces.
water cooler, are you just saying like a cooler full of water?
No, like when you're at the office and you have a water cooler and
Oh,
the
yeah, a water machine.
Yeah.
Just I don't know what it's like. I think it's called what you said, but I'm not.
machine.
Oh, a water machine where a water dispenser. No, I do
Yeah.
love that, like a Deep Rock or whatever company.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Out here it's called I heard Costco got a good deal on water bottles, so I know Shelly
Oh
is
wow! So it's
in.
called Cloudy Costco water.
No, it is no. Costco water. No, I go through. Well, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I go through Whitewater, but that's the company I go through.
Why it gotta be white?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just wanted water. So
Yeah, girl, that's crazy. So, do you think it comes from like a place where you whitewater raft?
I guess I don't know. Maybe it's secretly from Colorado. Like maybe I'm still stealing water from Colorado to Arizona just to have a piece of home.
Just see, you love water. You are in love with
with water. Like if I tried to have a soda probably almost a year ago. Oh my God.
Oh, that's crazy. So I did see a funny tweet that I almost sent you because it did say that a certain group of folks does not.
Sprite and ginger ale.
You read that one?
Yep.
I was like, that is hilarious. I literally was like, that's my
very
girl.
true. Because I tried to order Sierra Mist and the soda, the sugar of it was like out, so I just drank soda water. But like, I can't say no to a good ginger ale. Okay, let's just be real.
Oh, no, I know that we had that conversation a couple years ago. I think on the pod too, even.
Yeah.
But girl, no, it is weird how everything's kind of in disarray, and like we mentioned earlier, girl, the planets right now are doing some funny things.
Yes.
Okay, Mercury retrograde. Now it went retrograde, which a lot of people said there's some do's and don'ts with retrograde, but it basically started on the 21st yesterday, and it goes through the 27th. And a lot of people say, right, you want to thoroughly, like if there's contracts or you're signing a lease or things like that, you really want to thoroughly review that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You want to complete your unfinished products, reread, texts or emails if you're getting them, just to make sure you're not misconstruing, especially communication.
Yes.
And it's funny that it actually, like, one of the pieces of advice they say during retrograde is like back up all your work twice. Just
oh my God. That's so weird because I still want to release my footage from my Arizona move on my channel. I can't find some of the footage.
Wow. Oh, that's really wild.
Yeah. So hopefully maybe Mercury retrograde will work in my favor and I actually find it. But one, I'm very glad it is only till the 27th. Two, what contracts am I signing? What money am I spending? I'm broke. I'm staying here.
Yeah, it does say to take another piece of advice is to take your car to the mechanic during this time.
It does?
Yeah, it's during, and then consciously pausing before speaking is a piece of advice. And forgiving those who've hurt you in the past. And of course, forgiving yourself. Now, isn't that interesting? Those are all the do's. The don'ts, according to this website, are hastily sign important papers without thinking things through, starting anything new, really, calling your ex, buying electronics or gadgets, jumping to conclusions or assumptions during conversations, and feeding into gossip and spreading rumors with false information. So avoid all of those things at all costs.
I have no reason to reach out to any of my exes at this point. I'm not signing any contracts. The only paperwork I signed is something I sign every month for a certain thing that is a part of my bills.
That sounds very weird and ominous.
It does. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Now I'm like, what do you sign every month? You don't have to disclose it.
Contract.
Your who? Your porn contract. Oh my! Order is up. Exposed.
But what's weird is that I do need to take my car. Well, I need to take a tire to a mechanic so they can seal my tire because my tire went flat last week. So.
See, isn't that crazy? The universe really does speak. Now, as you guys know, I am a Scorpio and Miss LPiddy is a Virgo. And so this is from actually In Style magazine, and this article is titled, essentially, how Mercury retrograde in a relationship-oriented Libra will affect you based on your sign. So this, of course, is Mercury in Libra, and we are going to see what Miss LPiddy
dun, 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 dun.
The messenger planet, your ruler, moves backwards through your second house of income this time around, which means you'll be feeling compelled to get into the weeds, analyzing, reorganizing, and possibly revising your approach to financial growth. Maybe you're ready to brush up your resume so you can score up a higher paying, more fulfilling opportunity, or you want to rework your long-term savings or debt plan. Let's be real. You're pretty content to do all this, especially if a spreadsheet is involved. But because relationship-oriented Libra is at the helm, you could find that working alongside a partner, a dear friend, or a financial coach is actually the best way to tackle ongoing issues, pinpoint lasting solutions, and, girl, set yourself up for even better returns on your investments.
And we had this talk even before the podcast. We were talking about budgeting and our trip. What is weird is that I do have a Libra in my life who helps me with my finances. It's my dad. So,
Wow, that balanced scale. No, that's really interesting.
Yes, my dad's awesome. I love him.
It's so crazy how these things resonate. And I know people, critics will say, you can make anything resonate with an astrology, right? But I do think if it rings true to you, I think you do it. And so on Scorpio, for the things to survive this thing is this: the planet of communication's latest backwards turn is happening in your 12th house of spirituality. The social planet's time in this zone, and Libra season in general, is always a time for resting, recharging, and getting in tune with your intuition. But a retrograde there can make for an even slower, sleepier phase in which you could get a bit frustrated that everything you're attempting to create progress on feels stalled on the idea stage. Tending to your inner life, healing old wounds that might be holding you back unwittingly, nurturing your spirituality, and working with your intuition and your dreams are the key ways to make the most of this transit.
Whoa.
Isn't that just interesting?
That's very interesting. Oh my God.
Right. And like I said, I just find it fascinating because I'm sure everyone can resonate with that on some level, but that to me was just
a little wow.
A little close to home there.
It's so weird. And if you guys have it, for those of you that are willing to check it out, search on YouTube for tarot readings for your sign. So and do it for the same day if you can. It's wild. It is wild.
It's crazy. And you can do, various things. Your rising sign, it just is very cool. So yeah, you're right. I highly recommend it as well. That I think is really good. And I think, let's slow play this a little bit and have a good Mercury retrograde because it's not all bad.
Exactly. And it's a short retrograde from yesterday to the 27th. We only got a few days. Side note, today is the first day of fall, is it not?
Today is the first day of fall. The equinox, I think, happened at 1-ish p.m.?
Yeah, that's why I was sleeping like shit last night.
Like the leaves were falling.
And then I was literally fighting in my sleep, flipping in bed, trying to find a comfortable position every hour.
That's funny you said. I was having a tough time last night too. I was doing a lot of roly-poly-oly.
Yes.
We're bringing that shit back.
Wasn't
that a Disney show?
It was.
I thought it looked like an animated, like a videography.
They dance like this.
What the fuck they call that?
I think it was animation.
Animation, but like
computer animation.
Yeah. Mm-mm. It wasn't like cartoons. That's all.
That's not my tech field. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Girl, no, that's T right there.
Right, but. So sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's okay. You go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I gotta tell you this one story. So this is kind of nuts. I actually this week had a gun pulled on me.
I read notes before we recorded, and I just go, what the fuck?
It literally just says gun pulled.
And I'm like,
what? So I'm driving home in traffic, right? And here, I watched a lot of, 60 Days In? Have you heard of this show?
Yes.
Where regular people go into jail?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I learned something. And I had a flashback while this was all happening. Then I'm like, oh my God, you're not supposed to say that to people. So, the word bitch in jail is very offensive.
Yes.
Right? If you call someone a bitch, that's the worst thing you can say in jail.
Exactly.
Which I thought was interesting because as a gay man, that I use it a lot. I'm like, bitch, shut up. Anyway. So this man cuts me off. And I look at him and he's in front of me and I call him, I make it very clear that I'm mouthing out, you're a bitch. Okay. Which he did not like this. So then he slams on his brakes, acts like a Looney Tune. I'm like, oh, child. I'm like, I'm not doing this today. So then I'm going around him. Like, so now I'm in the far left lane. This is crazy. And I'm trying to pass him. And then he's like, opens his car door and reaches into his glove box and grabs a handgun and starts waving it. And I'm crazy. I literally look at the man and I say, "You're really gonna shoot me?" Like that's what we're doing today. Like, come on, motherfucker! Like
really?
over calling you a bitch.
It is 10:30 at night, and I'm like yelling, but like.
Girl, same. This is traumatic. No, but I really was like, how crazy. And he had like. I'm not judging a book by its cover, but I'm judging the book by its cover because it fucking pulled a gun on me. Okay, so let me judge the book by its cover. It had tattoos all over his face. 2 different license plates on the front and back. I'm like, this motherfucker don't care going back to jail.
Oh my god,
I am done. So then get this. So then I called 911, right? Thinking, okay, I got to do this. I got like someone just pulled a gun on me. Tell me why it took me 7 minutes to get to a dispatcher. I said, had this man been chasing me down, I can't run for 7 minutes. Bitch, I can barely run for 90 seconds. I can't even do a plank for a minute. I'm like, I really was like, they really got me fucked up. But I held like I was fucking calling my cable company. I'll just wait.
Gosh. Yeah, it's okay. I just need to report this. It's fine. It's fine.
And she seemed very alarmed by it. And
you think she would have got on the phone a little bit sooner than like?
Yeah, I said, "Why you?" But I feel bad because I think about that. I'm like, in an emergency situation, like, I mean, really think about like if something insane happened, and it did. But like even more severe, like they didn't field my call. They weren't like, "Oh, this guy's cool. He can wait." They weren't like, "Hey, thank you for calling 911."
Next person. And what's sad is that like 911 operators, they're short-staffed too right now, and they are not treated with the utmost respect all the time.
Yeah, so. And they're important, vital people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But the lady, I gotta tell you, the dispatcher was wonderful. I mean, dude, And then they ask if you want a follow-up call. I'm like, no, I don't want anyone calling me. Like, just go find the guy going crazy on the highway.
Yeah.
But isn't that nuts? Like, who? Like, and I do know I was very lucky in this situation. I joke about this, but like, I was very lucky to obviously leave with my life. Nothing happened to me or that guy. Like, I get that. But it's just, to me, like, it just is kooky town. I'm like, what are we doing? Looney Tunes?
Well, we weren't driving, but that kind of happened to me in college. So we were leaving, I was a radio DJ, so we kind of did events at places and stuff like that. So me and my station manager, we were at the bar together too. Like we were all leaving, all of our radio friends. And I was taking him home because he couldn't drive. I wasn't taking him home with me. I was taking him to his house.
Because he had some drink.
Yes. So,
or as we say, drank.
But there was this person outside, like kind of close to my car, and he started talking to us. And then like all of a sudden he gets like super aggressive and starts grabbing his backpack. And we're like, whoa. It's okay. Calm down. We're not trying to do nothing. Like, I don't even know what happened, but he was like, just so like.
Like, I have homework to do.
Right.
A lot of homework.
And we're like, we're not trying to start nothing. It's fine. It's fine. Just calm down. It's cool. And we just get out of the car and just run. And we're just like, what the fuck happened? And like my station manager's like, oh, I'm sober now. Like, I'm like, I don't care. We're leaving. Get your car tomorrow. We ain't going back right now.
Yeah, he's like, you're sober. You're like,
hell no.
Mm-hmm. That is wild. I thought you were gonna say he reached in his pocket and grabbed his gun.
His
and then,
quote unquote gun.
And then he would say
exactly. And that's how I got my porn contract.
That's
right. Bring it back.
and your new baby.
Yes.
Like, well, it happens. But it has been just crazy. Like it was just, that was just absolutely wild. But we'll talk about it a little bit more on the next episode. But girl, that new Lil Nas X album is fire.
So I did admit to Jon Jon that I have not listened to it yet. The reason being, I know, but the reason being, I want to take the time to properly digest the music. Y'all know what I mean. Come on, like
100%.
Feelings, like, and then have time to replay your favorite song over and over. So I just don't have time to do that right now. This is a busy season for work, so right now I'm just fighting in my sleep.
That's exactly right, Miss Girl. No, it's crazy. He did so many cool collabs, like Miley Cyrus, Doja Cat, Nas, Elton John. Like, it's just insane who he collabed with on this album.
So there's a saying in the Black community, like when we're talking about like something that we really, really worked hard on, you put your foot in it.
Yep,
Put your foot in it,
absolutely.
and he put
Hmm.
his foot in it. So like, good
Oh,
on
he
him. Like,
absolutely did. No, he killed this album. And you know me, I wouldn't say I'm not a music person because I absolutely love music, but it takes a lot for me to sit down and listen to an entire album front to back.
exactly.
It has been a
Like,
long time. This album I've listened on repeat, front to
mhm,
back to back. It is so good and it's so diverse. And the fact that it's a Black queer man out and proud,
yes.
innovating like Madonna did 20 years ago.
Exactly.
It's like it's
Exactly.
so cool to me.
Innovating without taking to heart like everybody's judgment. Because he even said himself, like, you only got one life to live. Like, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna make myself happy.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what else he does like next. Like, and to say that like the whole album is just gold. Like, when name an artist who has just one album that's just all gold.
Oh, and what's crazy is that I think when people have something like that, like you said, it's so rare. That means they put their foot in it. They put
They
their
put
heart
their
and soul
foot
in
in.
it. They really did. It's like all this, you can feel the passion. And that's the shit
Exactly.
that gets me going. I love passionate people. And
Exactly.
and that album, like I said, I highly recommend it. It is so good. There's hip hop, there's pop, there's alternative. It's just such a beautiful mix of music, and it really takes you on a ride emotionally. And again, this for people who know me saying things like this it's. I'm not saying that it's so good to get my compliments, but like it takes a lot for me to say shit like that over an album.
Exactly. So I am super excited. There's no way I am not listening to this album. I just did not have time to listen to it yet. So look out for my critiques next. What not critiques, like my praise.
Listen to our new critic corner. I had a true story. I had a article or what is that called? Oh my god, it's
An
escaping
article?
me. An article, but like there's a word for it. A column. My god. I'm like, what the fuck do you call that? Anyway, well, now that story has gone completely sideways. Anyway, it was called Critics Corner in middle school. And it's funny. I got a lot of heat for being honest about one of the plays. I was like, y'all are really mad that it's called Critics Corner. Okay,
Yeah.
I am a very established middle school theater goer.
Right. Like
Let me write my review of your
Yes.
shitty, Princess and the Magical Pea fucking show. I'm like, but and the teacher let me fucking write anything. I'm like, you should not let me write like that. Like,
Right.
but he didn't give a fuck. He's like,
He's probably like, I'm trying to get fired. Come on.
he's like, yeah, keep going, Jon Jon. Keep writing that garbage. No, good stuff. It was riveting. It's funny. I gotta say this. So there was another school newspaper. I was not part of this, but they blew out this whole controversy in our high school. So there was this thing called the secret room, and apparently it was this room above the theater in our auditorium that basically was a hole in the wall, like someone had excavated a hole basically, and then there was like a little attic room that people would like smoke, do crazy things in that were very inappropriate for teenagers.
Yes.
And I was always too chubby to get up there. But it was very fucking high. I'm like, that's cool. I would really like to go to that room. Anyway, the newspaper fucking exposed this room. And then it was hilarious. Then the theater kids were livid with the newspaper kids.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how could you give up our secret room? Because the school didn't know about this room. So like kids would just like go missing during the day. And they're like, well, they're not ditching. They didn't leave the school. Where the fuck is this? So they're all just chilling in the secret, like this hole in the wall above the auditorium.
Oh my gosh.
And it was very dangerous.
I would be mad too. Like, don't give up my spot. I didn't give it. I'm gonna give up all your secrets then.
For real. And it's like theater kids, we're a very special breed. It's like, come on, like give us the one thing we fucking have, which is a dark room. A small dark room where we can be ourselves.
Right.
Like I said, it was above the scaffolding. You know how auditoriums have the scaffolding up there?
Mm-hmm.
And the lighting. And now in hindsight, think about how good theater auditoriums in general are. It's very high. I mean, a lot of money, but anyway. But
I had to for a pageant one time because I was trying to get in touch with the theater manager.
Oh, sorry.
Myself. And I think, okay, no. Anyway, but I had to I'm trying to get to him, but then it was like a catwalk, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I am not mentally prepared to make this journey. I'm gonna go down the stairs and just wait for him to come back down.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's scary. Some of that stuff. the stuff that they let us do as children, I just think, and again, teenagers included in that, is like, it's funny to me. It's like, yeah, sure, 16-year-old, go climb on the scaffolding and change the light. It's like,
right, it's fine.
That could have ended very poorly.
Right. No, you don't need any safety line. Just go up there. You're fine. You're good.
You got this. You got this shit. Hit up there, baby.
This. I believe in you. You're a star.
No, that's true. That's the tea right there. But no, but yeah, I think that shit was fire.
That needs to be a bar. Like, you know how like they have like the hole in the wall places. You need like a super hole in the wall place, literally.
Super hole in the wall. I love that.
Yes.
I've always thought it would be cool to live in a banquet vault.
Yeah.
With including the money. I would not want to just do it with the fucking metal.
I'm leaving that guy a little bit. Don't touch my money. What
is he, Scroogey Duck or something from
McScrooge? Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck.
DuckTales. Woo. That one, is that the
DuckTales? Yeah. It's DuckTales.
Let us sing at your wedding. We're really
It's cool. Like, that's not it. My favorite is that I just looked him up, and it turns out that Scrooge McDuck was actually created in 1947. But did you know that his date of birth was 1867?
Oh, what?
I'm like, what in the world? So this cartoonist in 1947 must have. I can't believe how old that character is. Since 1947. No, Larry, look up Scrooge McDougal.
154 years old.
Current. Still living.
He looks great.
Isn't that wild? Scrooge McDuck is 154.
That's so weird.
I love that the third question is Scrooge McDuck dead? The answer is no, folks. Oh, no, it's true. Scrooge McDuck died, actually, at the age of 100 years after a life adventure. Wow, that's really sad.
But then they what? No.
Apparently, yeah, The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck by Don Rosa. Wow.
Sorry, I had a moment where my ADHD kicked in because I have a lava lamp on my desk. Maybe this is not good for me to...
She said, I got a little sidetracked.
I got sad about Scrooge McDuck, and then I got immediately happy because I looked at my lava lamp. So,
girl, the lava lamp. I told you I was just looking on Amazon yesterday because it's what I do in the evening. I think I want a lava lamp again. They get very hot, though. I got to tell you, and aren't they really bad for the environment if you throw them away? Is that what?
Probably.
There was something about it, or you're not supposed to drink it.
I don't know what it Well, yeah, definitely don't drink it because, if you
Allegedly.
look at for those of you that don't know what a lava lamp, and you're thinking, oh my god, y'all are so fucking old. On the top of it, if you take the top off, it is literally a bottle, and it has a bottle cap on it too.
Oh, it just has a bottle cap? It's not like a Scrooge McDuck?
No. Hold on, I'm going to grab it. It's not that hot, but I'm just going to be prepared to. But, it looks like a beer cap. So I'm going to take out the whole insert, and you can kind of see it.
Interesting, yes. So what LPiddy is showing us right now on the screen is, it's kind of like it looks almost like a bottle of kombucha.
Yes.
Or kombucha, if you nasty.
Yes.
And then there's a little bottle cap on there.
Yes,
and the little top on.
The bottle cap just says the model number on there, K17.
It don't say don't open and doesn't say anywhere not to drink it.
No, it literally says K1714, then 110803.
Girl, you just read those numbers to me.
That's all it says.
Oh yes, we know it's the lot number.
Yes.
No, that's crazy because stupid people will drink that.
Yeah.
Heated or not.
Sorry.
Because think about it, if that was sitting in your fridge, that literally looks like a bottle of kombucha.
Yeah, that would.
Which, for the record, is bullshit. Kombucha fucking tastes.
Okay, sorry, another tangent. 90s. What was that drink? Was it Orbits that had the little balls in the drink?
Oh, I never heard of that. I know. I remember balls. BAWLLS.
I remember that too. That
was a
drink. I never tried it.
Carcinogen. Kombucha.
There was a drink called Orbits. I'm gonna find it real quick, and there were little balls in there too. But Orbits drink.
I'm very familiar with the Orbits gum.
Ooh, Orbits gum. I think once you see it, you're gonna be like, oh shit, yeah. So I'm gonna put it in our. That's how you're gonna say, oh shit, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's called Orbit Drink.
Orbit Drink. I'm going to put it in our Google Doc because we have a fun little Google Doc, and now you can see it.
Child, I've never seen this in my life.
Really?
I've never seen this Orbis drink. So what we're describing here, so it literally looks like, the best way I can describe it is like
It looks like
water.
my bottle.
Yeah, it does look like your bottle for sure, but it looks like a water with like a whole bunch of like packing foam that's fallen apart.
Yeah, I don't know what was in it. I probably should have been drinking it, but like it's the same freaking bottle. Like, oh, you can't see that. Like, look at the bottom.
Girl, and it's not even carbonated. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't think it is. I don't.
This is hilarious. It says it was introduced in 1997 and quickly disappeared due to poor sales. It literally discontinued in 1 year, 1997 to 1998. And it's spelled like the travel website, Orbits with a Z.
Yeah, exactly. So they should bring it back.
That is it. Or we should make our own.
Actually, there is somebody on YouTube whose title is Drinking Rare 21-Year-Old Orbit Soda.
Ooh.
Sir?
Now, I gotta say, I wouldn't consider it a soda because if it's non-carbonated, I would also not consider Fruitopia that.
Because it's not carbonated.
I think it has, in order for it to qualify as a soda, it has to be
carbonated.
Carbonated.
Well, it has to have soda water.
Has to have soda water.
Soda water.
Sure, water.
How about
yeah, that's very
Pepsi?
interesting.
Did you ever drink Crystal Pepsi? Because I didn't.
The clear Pepsi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was. I did try that along with all the Sprite variations, like the Sprite remix bullshit.
Yeah. Yes.
I said, what is all this?
But no, I soda.
Yeah, because you love soda and everyone loves soda. I don't care what anyone says. It's fucking delicious.
I mean, it's delicious. I just don't drink it.
That's true.
Except
unless
for
it's
ginger ale.
Yeah. which falls under all the qualifications of soda, but is not.
It's
soda.
Nope.
No.
Anyways.
Now, those were absolutely your top 4 drinks. And girl, speaking of top 4.
Ooh. Once again, I need to sing it. RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul's Drag Race.
Someone's
Best
gonna
drag queen win.
Who it gonna be? Okay, so that was the theme song.
You're welcome.
Everyone's like, please stop listening it.
Our Venmo and Cash App. No, I'm kidding.
Is at Jon Jon and Co. JONJONANDCO. Nope, I am not kidding. Send me fucking money.
Yes, I'm also at LPiddy on both Cash App and Venmo. Girl, bro.
Come at me, girl.
Anyways, we're going to talk about some not broke bitches. We got our top 4 of All Stars 6. So
right.
I'm pretty sure each of these people, really? Each of these peoples, they've all put some money in either like lip sync for their legacy.
Mini challenge, some sort of win. Mm-hmm.
There's some sort of win. These lady drag queens. Nope, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I am so tired.
These queens
are as followed: Eureka,
boom,
Ginger,
boom.
Uh-oh. There we go.
And
I think I apologize. I think we froze for a second.
We absolutely froze. Which is hilarious because usually it never affects the audio. So everyone's probably just like, what the fuck just happened?
Right. So
listen, we told you this is going to be a shit show like most episodes.
Exactly.
But guys, we're getting you this episode because we know you need it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, you're right. It's Eureka, Ginger, Kylie, and
Raja. So, and let's go ahead and look at their stats. Why, you ask? Is it going to be important? We'll see. So,
frozen.
One time. Oh no! Did it freeze again?
For just a milliseconds.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
That's okay. But yeah, so there may not be important, but Eureka has 1 challenge win, and she was up for elimination once and was eliminated. Ginger had 2 challenge wins and was up for elimination 3 times. Kylie with 1 win, up for elimination 3 times. And Raja had 2 wins and 2 times that she was up for elimination.
Exactly. And because we're having some internet issues at 11 o'clock at night, that's so rude, Cox. I'm coming
Girl,
for you.
it's midnight here in Denver. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks. Now, we did ask a Twitter poll, and of course, we asked folks who's going to win Drag Race All Stars. We want to know. Sound off below. Now,
Yes.
Now, girl, give us those results. We want to know. We want to know what the people was thinking.
Oh man. So with 8%, it was Eureka.
Boom.
15%, Ginger Minge.
Bam.
34%, Kylie Sonique Love.
Pow.
And with a resounding 43%, Raja O'Hara.
Wow. Wow. Because that was crazy. And some of those results were actually coming in after the episode had already aired. And I thought it was really fascinating that people really thought Raja was going to take the whole crown.
Yeah.
And newsflash, folks, she doesn't. And we're going to get into that right now.
Now, before we get into that, I do need to share my controversial opinion about something.
Controversial.
So, as you guys know, we always have a song at the end of the season, and that was another freeze. I do apologize, but we have a song at the end of the season, and it was "This Is Our Country."
That's right.
And I saw some people saying that they didn't like the song. I loved it.
Thank you. I loved it, and I hate to make this callback. I thought it was very Old Town Road and Lil Nas X. It gave me such a fun country vibe. Hey, girl, Tanya Tucker was in it.
Right, like Tanya Tucker.
No, but I agree. I thought that song was an absolute bop, and yeah, that may be controversial to most, but girl,
yeah,
that was a good song.
It's on my playlist right now.
That's a great idea. I gotta add it to my playlist.
Yep. I was like, right after I watched the episode, I was like, where's the song? Why is it not on Spotify yet? This is not nice.
It's interesting. I thought it was a bop. I think people really overanalyze these songs. They're fun. They're campy. They're kind of corny. Like, that's part of it, you know?
Exactly. But I feel like this made me feel good. It was warmed my heart. So,
because This Is Our Country, which is also the name of the episode, which aired September 2nd, 2021.
Yes, it did.
Now, this episode, of course, who will take the crown home? A spot in the Drag Race Hall of Fame is at stake as the finalists write, record, and perform versus to RuPaul's new song, This Is Our Country, featuring country music legend Tanya Tucker.
Yes, indeedy. And, of course, special guest was Tanya Tucker, obviously. And we had a nice little cameo real quick from Shea Coulee.
Shea Coulee.
Shea Coulee.
Now, the Maxi Challenge, as we mentioned in the synopsis, is writing and, of course, performing that new verse in the song. And I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, when we moved into all of the different verses, I thought all the queens, at this point in the competition, I am good with whoever wins.
Exactly. Like,
they all just killed it.
I was... Usually, I will be like, oh, no, it's just these two. It has to be these two. But I kept going back and forth. Like, I'm glad I'm not RuPaul at this moment.
For this moment, I want to be RuPaul. No, I hear you, girl. Because this was a tough moment. And then we moved right into the runway, which was the All-Star Hall of Fame. Eleganza Extravaganza.
Yes.
And I thought they all looked stunning.
Stunning. And the next move that happened, I love, because not only did it give mystery to everyone else, but it gave mystery to the queens too. Like, they don't know how they did until this episode airs.
That's exactly right.
Yes. So what I'm leading up to is that each queen had to do a lip sync all by themselves. All the other queens were off stage. They did not see each other. I loved it. So,
it was so cool.
It was so nice. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. It was so nice to have them each have their moment in the sun just by themselves on stage. So it just, once again, just a great episode. Like, I might watch it again tonight. Well, no, it's 11 o'clock. So no, I won't.
It's 11 o'clock. What do you call that? What is Arizona time? Is that Pacific? Or is it specific?
We're technically mountain, but just...
Girl, you ain't mountain. You just, because you don't believe in daylight saving.
But, like, there's mountain time, like, mountain daylight time, mountain standard. I don't know how shit works.
You are MDT. I'm MST.
Exactly. And then once daylight saving happens, then you'll be on MDT with me.
But we still call it MST.
Exactly.
Okay. Phew.
Does that make sense? No.
It does. It does. You know, it's interesting because I have seen those acronyms. But anyway, yeah, we are an hour ahead of you, even though we're very, very close. It's
Yes, and until daylight savings time, whatever happened, we'll be on the same time soon, and then we will.
And the reason if people don't realize is Arizona does not subscribe to daylight savings. They're like, our sun's out when we want it.
Opt out of that. We're opting out.
I just don't know how you do. Like, that to me is fascinating. Like, you just say no. Like, what if we just said no? I don't want to be on Mountain Standard Time. I want to be on Japan time.
So it was kind of an adjustment only for my electronics. So like my phone was still changing time. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm late for stuff. But and then also my I have a clock too that follows this. I don't know how it does it. It just knows to change the daylight savings time. So every time it changes, I have to change it back so that it's correct. And I don't know.
That's really interesting. And I think I'm trying to find out, but I think Arizona is the only one in the country, right, that doesn't subscribe to that, basically.
I thought there was another state, but I think I think it's just us. I don't know. I was thinking Alaska for some reason, but I don't know.
They just say, nice. I'm sure there's more, but
I think it's just one other state, but other than that, it's just us. We're just chilling down here without palm trees. Palm trees.
Desert. Palm trees. They're everywhere. No, that is really fascinating to me. But girl, I got to tell you, heading back to our little drag race show, I loved the runway, and I got to tell you that having them all have that moment, I thought was very pageant-y because I love when queens get their time,
Exactly.
And then they lip sync to one of my favorite songs in recent history.
Yes.
Girl, Stupid Love by Lady Gaga. This is a bop. I always get down with this song.
Yes, and just before that beat drops for the chorus, just
song. So good. Yes. Now, we are about to announce the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race and the runner-ups. So, this is, of course, your second.
Spoiler alert.
Now, our runner-up are runners-up. Runners-up? Yeah, runners-up. Runner-ups. Our runner-ups are. No, that's runners-ups. Our people who are runners-ups are alternates. Are Eureka, Ginger Minge, and Raja.
Oh my gosh.
Now, we have to give a shout out to those three because they had an incredible season. Which LPiddy leads us to the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6 of All Stars.
Which is Kylie Sonique Love. Yes.
Oh my God. So that was, I thought that was such a great deserved win.
Even though I was also rooting for Raja, Eureka, and Ginger, I'm honestly I was rooting for everyone. It was just a feel good moment to see Kylie win. It just.
And so vindicated. She came back after so many seasons, such a new woman, truly, and it was just cool to see her win. And again, I would have been fine with any of them winning, but this was a really nice episode. And
I hope. At least I don't know if Ginger would ever come back, but I would love to see Eureka and Raja come back for another All Stars and try again. But I did love afterwards. So when RuPaul Drag Race contestants don't know who wins until we know who wins. So they get together for the finale. They'll watch it and they'll see the reaction. And Kylie's reaction was so cute. And when she jumped into Eureka's arms, just
so sweet. It was just so well deserved. It was such a good, and I gotta say, this was just a feel good season. The queens did such a nice job. It felt nice from a toxicity standpoint. There wasn't that where you usually get it from the fandom. I thought it was a really lovely episode.
It's just definitely, if you haven't watched it more than twice, you should watch it more than twice, maybe 5 times, just to give yourself, or say. No.
Or yes, or seis.
I think that's 14 in Spanish. 14.
Or cinco.
5.
More than that.
22. 22 times.
That's right.
22.
22. No, that was such a good episode. And girl, that wraps our season on All Stars 6.
We did it once again. Congratulations. Kylie.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Congratulations, you're number 1.
I want to thank you for a job well done. Now, speaking of great episodes, next episode is going to be such a blast. That's, of course, going to be episode number 82, and we're going to post on our Twitter. We're actually getting back to our roots, and we're going to play a mother effing game. So we're going to ask you guys.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, Miss Girl. So we're going to ask you guys, we're going to have a couple different options on our Twitter. So, of course, follow us at hashtag ThatPodcast. And we're going to ask you, what game do you want us to play? You want us to do the Newlywed Game again? Do you want us to do some RuPaul trivia or some sort of 20 questions?
Yes.
Do you want us to do a Would You Rather?
Ooh.
Or do you want us to play the Alphabet Game? So the Alphabet Game would be us doing the entire podcast in alphabetical order with dialogue. Crazy.
Gosh. Yes. And
so we're going to post that. Let us know, and of course we will share the results on the next episode along with recording the episode. Follow us there as well, Miss Girl.
Yes, indeedy. Oh my gosh, this was so fun. Even though it is our super late night episode, we hope you enjoyed this episode 81. I blanked out again.
81, yes. Now, you can find me all over social media. I'm at Jon Jon Land, and my name's Jon Jon.
And you can find me on social. I'm LPiddy. Screw it.
At LPiddy, yes. We're hashtag ThatPodcast. And we'll see you next time, okay?
Bye.
Bye.